Hi, everybody. I'm Professor Sozek, Director of the Arts and Humanities Collaborative, and I'm here today with Professor Tarishi Verma to talk about some things that are going on in the communications department, art and communications. Hello, Professor Verma.
Hello, Professor Sozek. It's really nice to be here and nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you. So, Professor Verma, tell me more about what you do in that Department of Art and Communications.
Absolutely. So, I am here in the Department of Visual Arts and Communication. I teach communication courses. It has been a year for me at Albertus. This is my second year at Albertus. I've been doing some advising too. It's been quite entertaining being here at Albertus.
Well, I've
So,
always found it to be the same. I have found it to be the same. Now, I understand you might have some new programs being offered. Is that the case?
that is absolutely the case. So tell me, John, sorry, Professor Sozek, tell me
Ooh.
something.
Oh, of course.
What social media do you prefer to use? What is something that you like to use?
Well, I'm on Twitter and I tweet about once every 6 weeks. And I have a YouTube channel where I put up all the videos from my courses. If YouTube is social media, then I guess I'm on YouTube.
It is absolutely a social media, and so is Twitter. I am also on both, and you tweet once in about 6 weeks, but I tweet much less often and I retweet more. But I also have a Snapchat. Have you heard about that before?
I've heard the kids talking about Snapchat, Professor Verma.
That is exactly how it is. I actually have Snapchat streaks with my brother and younger cousin, so I am old enough to have zero useful conversations on Snapchat. But I know that learners who come to Albertus are on it and are having both meaningful and non-meaningful interactions on Snapchat or through TikToks or Instagram or now Be Real. So the communications department realized that there is a lot going on these platforms. We are constantly accessing them, we are engaging with them. And so we designed a social media major. Now, this social media major is designed to teach learners how to navigate these platforms beyond just these personal uses that we are talking about. Like you said, tweeting once every 6 weeks, or I have snap streaks. I want them to go a little bit beyond these. I know that the learners who are coming to Albertus, they're all creating and showing and saving little bits of their lives on these platforms. They're interacting with personalities, big and small, creating personas. So why should we not think about these platforms beyond personal use? And so that's what the social media major intends to do. We are trying to teach learners the three different ways in which the social media platforms can be learned about. And so I'm going to tell you about the three main things that we want to focus on in this particular major.
Yeah, please, please.
The first one is the professional use of social media. So using it in big and small companies, using it for marketing campaigns, and creating those beautiful stories, those so that people can vote on your product ideas or engage with you, comment, have giveaways and so on and so forth. For activism and advocacy campaigns, using it to build a brand, either your personal brand. Have you heard of influencers, Professor Sozek?
I understand there are such people, yes. I'm not one of them, I think.
Oh, me either, me either.
Oh,
But so how do you build that influencer brand, or build a brand that of a company? So the next thing that I would want learners to know more about is the political economy of social media. Who owns our data? We've heard a lot about tracking our data. All of these apps are free. Why are they free? Who is paying for these free sites? Algorithms, tracking, and why should we care about it? That's the second aspect of the social media major. And finally, the social scientific implications of it in our lives and in our learners' lives. What does it mean to represent oneself on social media? How are we making meaning in 280 characters or a bunch of Instagram stories? Or why are we selecting the captions that we are selecting, and what do they actually mean? And there are trending songs. What implications do trending songs have on the culture of creation of music itself? And so I like to think that looking at social media from like take a step back and looking at the bigger picture is what I would encourage the learners to do. And I'd like to think that this major is a collaborative learning process. It's not just me telling students what is right or wrong, but especially because this medium is evolving so rapidly, I believe that the learners can bring as much to the table as I can.
Oh, it's fascinating. That third aspect, especially meaning making, that seems to go really deep into almost a literary study of this material. Now, let's say, Professor Verma, that I'm really keen to study this stuff, but I really'd like to do it as a minor instead of a major. Is that an option for me?
That is absolutely an option. You can go on to the Albertus website, look at the catalog. All of our requirements are available there, what you need for a major, what you need for a minor, especially for our business graduates and our marketing students and learners. They would find that social media major will be a great addition to their portfolio as a minor, because what I intend to do is not only have them engage with the campaigns of big companies, but also have service learning projects or experiential learning projects, which will push them to engage with local businesses in New Haven or businesses where they are living, or businesses within their communities. And so I think for
Oh, wow.
them especially, but even then, maybe there's a student in social work. They could really benefit from learning how advocacy works through social media. And so I think that there is this interdisciplinary nature to it, but there is this
Yeah.
versatility to this major, that when done as a minor, it can just add that pizzazz to the way
Yes.
that you
Yeah.
create your portfolio. Yeah.
Well, you know what else? I bet it would add some pizzazz to a job interview. If you're
100.
meeting with a potential employer after graduation and you want to show that, your studies have been well-rounded and contemporary and deep, that's fabulous. Let's say I want to now learn more about the social media major or minor. I'm intrigued, but I'm not ready to declare yet. What can I do, Professor Verma?
That's a great question, Professor Sozek. Now, for this, a glimpse of everything that I talked about and the collaborative learning process that I'm trying to emphasize in this major, you can find that in the CO 229 Intro to Digital Communications. I'm offering this course in the spring 2023 traditional undergraduate semester. I'm hoping to cover all of these aspects, hoping to have a reading for each week along with a dedicated social media platform-based activity. I've put up posters of this basically everywhere on campus. So if
Great.
students want to check it out, they can also see it on my frame. I'm not sure which site exactly it is, but it is right here, this orange thing that you see. Feel free to email me about it for any of the learners who are watching this video. I'm always happy to answer any questions that they might have.
Wonderful. Intro to Digital Communications. Well, I'll keep an eye out for that too, Professor Verma. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about the social media major and minor.
Thank you so much, Professor Sozek, for inviting me here and giving me the opportunity to talk about this.
Great pleasure. Great pleasure. Let's continue to be entertained by Albertus. Yes? Yes?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Professor Verma.